Uh, for my short-term goal, my favorite one that I chose was to try to reduce the use of plastic in my life. Well, I and in my family, we did several things. On my own, I chose to start using a bamboo toothbrush to stop using plastic well, that you throw away once. Other than that, since before the pandemic, we had started um, taking all of the plastic bottles that we ended up using in our daily lives to our recycling centers that is close by. Sadly, this recycling center is closed now because of the pandemic, but we still are uh, keeping all of the bottles we had taken from since the start, like 8 months ago, and we are planning to take all of them to the recycling center when it finally opens back up. For my medium-term goal, I chose something related to a project I did 2 semesters ago. The goal itself is to try to grow some of your own food, so you don't depend so much on the food that is being brought from far away, producing pollutants on the way on its transportation. Specifically, I grew lentils, lentejas, and they were quite easy to grow in just these plastic trays with some soil. I managed to grow 15 plants, and they were all 15 centimeters tall in just a week. So it's quite easy to grow some basic stuff on your own in your own home and, well, what I said before, and reduce the pollutants produced by the transports that take them from the faraway farms that produce them to the supermarkets in our own cities. And now for my long-term goal, I chose well solar power. I believe this is a very smart investment to try to use if and when I someday hopefully have a home I can live in and call my own. And I I would choose both photovoltaic cells to produce electricity and water heating units. So I stop being dependent on the general electric grid that produces electricity uh, with combustóleo producing contaminants and stop depending on natural gas to heat my water. So this would both reduce the pollution produced by my daily life and reduce the costs of my daily life, being a smart investment. In general, during this course, um, I think what I learned the most was to open my eyes to the environmental issues that are in areas I hadn't thought about before. I obviously have heard about the issues in, I don't know, in the energy sector and the air pollution and maybe some water pollution, but I hadn't really learned or read or heard about many of the specific issues we thought about and read about and learned about during class. So I think that was some the most important thing during this course. It also humanized the issue for me. It stopped being a well, it not it didn't stop being a global issue, but it allowed me to see the issue and how it affected the individual, even if it isn't if that individual wasn't necessarily my neighbor at the time. It helped me see how it affected people in faraway places, but even if they are far away, they are still people and they still matter. So that's also something I learned during this course.